So here is the last knife to arrive from Temu, I think. So let's check her out right here, right now, at the Sharpest Edge. You got the sharpest edge. What is up, knife fam? This is Blade Love coming at you from the Sharpest Edge, and you are with me in the man cave. And today, finally, I get around to the last Temu knife that is due to come in. Let's check her out here. It came in a really plain box, which is odd because usually they have a replicated box, but I guess they're really coming around to learning that the replication thing ain't really working out on their benefit. And even though they still replicate the knife, they're not putting the name on it as much anymore. And here she is. This is the copycat of the Gerber Strong Arm, and this was featured on Chandler's Legacy Farm channel and was beaten to all hell by him. And I think the only thing that failed on it was the one portion of the knife. So before we get into it even further, let's check out the musical montage for a closer look at the knife. So I really kind of dig this knife because of the camo pattern, but that's about it. It is relatively similar to the Gerber Strong Arm in the fact that it appears very closely related. Its feel is a little different. The handle is more rubbery. The steel... It's got the grind markings. It's really obvious. It's a little off on the grind. Thickness is the same. It's not bad with fitment and detail. It could have used a little more finishing with the fit pieces together. The sheath, however, is definitely different than the Gerber Strong Arm original. And to do the comparison, I just happen to have the original Gerber Strong Arm. And let's do a little side-by-side comparison. This is the Gerber. This is the replicant. Looks to be about the same thickness. The feel, like I said, of the replicant, it's more rubbery handle than this one is. Still rubbery, but not as much so grippy. The fit and finish to the Gerber is much nicer. You don't see the press lines of the polymer, or the, details are much more paid attention to on the original Gerber. But what do you expect for free? And where I really notice the difference is the sheath. The quality of the nylon on the original Gerber and the quality of the polymer is much, much better on the original Gerber than it is. I can feel the flimsiness of this particular piece. I can also see that the polymer is thicker and much, much harder than the Gerber. And that's not a good thing, because when you wear this, it's got to have some flexibility for your belt or straps or packs. This has give, like it should. A good thermoelastic polymer should give. And I just know that this is good. The replicator one is good for throwing in your truck, your car, for an emergency pack, and just for a go-to knife if you really, are desperate just to have one in your car's bug out bag, whatever. But definitely there's a difference between the two. And when Chandler's Legacy took this to the test, it still performed very well. So you don't have to worry about performance, because she is a full tang. She goes all the way through. Here's the end of the tang right here. The only failure was, I guess when he was batoning it, he might have hit the hilt, which caused a failure in the polymer piece, and it broke off. But the crazy thing is, the piece that broke off didn't stop the knife from seating into the sheath, which I thought was very interesting and cool. So it's really not a bad copycat. And what I do like about this is that they didn't put Gerber on it. They didn't put anything on the blade. And they made a camo version, which I sincerely and would really wish Gerber would consider doing themselves, instead of just the plain black, OD, tan, etc., etc., etc. I just like the way it looks. It's kind of neat. Versus the old coyote brown, blah, blah, blah. But of course, the Gerber knives, made right here in the USA, Portland, Oregon, I believe. Yep. And Gerber is now owned by Fiskars, the scissor company. So that's interesting. That's why their knives are so damn sharp. And interesting enough, I got this Gerber strong arm from Dick's Sporting Goods when my wife and I were traveling out. It was funny because they had a sale, and I had a gift card for like $20. And it's hard to find anything for $20, but you can always put it forward. And like I always said, $20 is $20. But basically, I went into the store and asked to see the strong arm, and it was the last one they had, and it was the demo. And they ended up not being able to find the package. So I was like, okay, well, I'll take the display item. Can I get a discount on it? The manager gave me 50% off plus the $20 discount. So I got this knife for like around $10. It wasn't too bad. So I was happy. So not too bad whatsoever. But not really bad, Temu. And I'm very impressed that there's no marking to say Gerber on it. It's all just all fresh. Not even the Gerber marking on the sheath like the original has. Very impressed with this piece. I was very impressed with Chandler's Legacy Farm for doing that test, and thank him very much, because he's the one that got me to try one of these. So I'm definitely going to throw it in a bug out bag or my car as a knife that I'm not going to worry about, and it'll just sit around until I need it. So I'll be back with a few final thoughts. I get a lot of comments from the community that I should have more flashier demonstrations, or better graphics, better camera, whatever. Basically, I'm kind of out of all that. Back in the day, when I first started on YouTube, thanks to the Armory channel and Pete Canella, and anybody who knows YouTube definitely knows Pete and Ebomi and his reviews and beer reviews and his gun reviews as well. I was in that gun community circle, and Pete had me start out on YouTube many, many, many moons ago. I was doing it for business, and I had a business channel called The Bunker, and had Team Bunker, and I was basically putting my soul, heart into it and everything. And back at that time, there were no ridiculous regulations, and you could show videos on assembly of AR-15s and M4s and all kinds of stuff like that. Then came all of the restrictions, and they kept removing my videos and giving me hassles. And at that time, I think I was even monetized, and it wasn't really a big deal because I worked full-time, had my business, so the money I was getting was just for my hobbies. So this stuff I do here is just for my hobbies as well, just for my own self and well-being. So I like to keep it real. I'm not flash and trash. I really just like to be me, and quite frankly, I'm satisfied with that. And that's what makes me feel good about myself and good about my channel. I love to watch other channels like Legion Tactical Cutlery, Chandler's Legacy Farm channel. Those people are real. They are growing. They're real. I talk to them on and off of the platforms. I love going to the knife shows, talking to the content creators, and hearing different things. But I'm just going to stay being me. I don't monetize any of my videos. I really don't need to make my channel, how can I put this, in the eyes of people that think they matter, make it relevant to them. I guess that's the term. I'm not up on all this internet BS. I'm not an OnlyFans person. Thank God. I'm not a person who needs to make myself relevant to others, because I find value in myself and what I do. I don't really push my opinions on people. I like to share my love and passions. Basically, I just love knives. I love everything about our community. I love the diversity. I love everything about it. And it's the one place that I actually go to escape politics and the ugliness of the world. And I love it. That's why on my channel, the closest you're going to get to politics is when it affects military families, or when it affects our U.S. citizens, because that's who I am in the center heart. I am an American. I am not a Democrat, Republican. I'm an American. And that's what I prefer to be, and that's what I will always be. So, in that light, if you like my channel, please subscribe. If you like my content, and do the same. I really appreciate all of you who have been supporting me throughout this time. It was a real bummer when YouTube took down the majority of those videos, because I really wanted to kind of carry them on into the future. Unfortunately, they just trashed the channel and all the videos, and hit me with so many sanctions. It just didn't. YouTube still actually owes me a couple $100, quite a bit actually. But good luck on recovering that. But I don't care. They can keep it. Whatever. It's crazy. But this is what I like to do for a hobby. This is my passion, and this is how I present it. So, well, this has been Blade Love from the Sharpest Edge, and thank you all for joining me here in the Man Cave for this video, and you always will remember, please be good to yourself, but especially during these trying times, be good to one another. Bye for now. You got the sharpest edges.